You're watching Breakfast Central on News Central. Now, with the latest news filtering in about how beneficial it is for pregnant mothers to get vaccinated and how Africa is faring in recent times, we have Israel Ifiribo with the latest update. Good morning, Israel. What's the latest? All right, now I think we're having a little technical glitch with what's going on right now. But looking at a situation that was trending over the weekend in terms of countries, from an innovation analyst who came out to give an information about what the United Kingdom is saying to certain people from certain countries who have been vaccinated in those countries but will be termed unvaccinated.
But don't they have the vaccination cards? Because it's really disturbing and contradictory from the
Well, Olisa, you won't blame people from those countries or the government from the country, because there's been stories, filtering the social media space, talking about how some people can buy the cards rather than get vaccinated.
Okay, I've had my first dose.
I've had 1 and 2.
Okay, so if you were to travel to which country again? I say you need to.
The United Kingdom. Now they ban. There's a term they use for people who have been vaccinated from certain countries. Africa is there. We have some African countries, like all the African countries, Nigeria, Guinea. Oh, is Nigeria not in Africa? Well, yes. So, because of the stories that have been going around, let's not forget also in Zimbabwe, when we had Lala who came and gave courage, she came and said there were health officials that were selling cards.
So what does it mean? Does it mean that we have to take their own vaccines?
Well, you will be termed unvaccinated, and that means you will have to quarantine for 10 days.
Upon arrival,
that's the term and condition. That's one of the term and condition. They're probably
despite already having vaccinations and a proof of vaccination card from your
Lisa, despite the fact that those cards can be sold, would you want to risk that, or rather take a proactive step by making sure that, there's a big question. Vaccinated twice, is there a side effect? If I've taken the first and second dose of this, are you telling me that, and I'm coming to you and I'm telling you I've done
which is even the worst argument here? You've been vaccinated twice and somebody tells you still have to isolate because you're coming from a country where it looks like, quote unquote, they don't trust your vaccination card or vaccination evidence. That is one of the scenarios we'll be looking at. And we'll also get our correspondent, Israel Ifiribo, to give us the latest figures and numbers when it comes to COVID-19 across Africa, because vaccination clearly it looks like it's uppicking in the continent.
I know this story made the turns on social media space over the weekend. We even had 1 or 2 artists who were calling out to our president to do the needful to ensure that Nigeria is not tagged as a country that is known for selling vaccinated cards to unvaccinated people. First of all, the cards are not supposed to be sold. These vaccines are to be given out free of charge. But Lisa, we've heard of stories of people who actually pay a lot and are given VIP treatment when it comes to taking off these vaccines. All
right, so let's see if we can give you some vaccine updates for you from a couple of African countries. We can start in Kenya. Yes, we know the number of confirmed coronavirus cases on Sunday increased to more than 246,000, and after 234 more people tested positive from the sample of over 3,700 analyzed in the last 24 hours. Now, in a statement, the health ministry said the country's COVID-19 positivity rate dropped to 6.3% from 6.5% the day before, while the numbers of tests conducted so far rose to over 2.40 million. And the ministry further announced that 9 more deaths, bringing the death toll closer to 5,000. However, it explained that they were all late death reports from audits and facility records in September.
Right. Now, according to the Africa Center for Disease Control, the region has recorded over 8.2 million cases with over 206,000 deaths. Now, the number of recoveries is pegged at over 7.5 million with over 71.1 million tests carried out. This is the report from the Africa CDC.
All right. So there you have it in terms of the figures and numbers. But we have Israel Ifiribo, who's been monitoring the situation. Israel, morning to you. Before we'll go into some numbers. Tell us about this talks about Africans with vaccine cards not considered being vaccinated.
Update what's happening in Kenya, what's happening around the figures as well, the numbers, how they're increasing, number of those tested and those that are also recovering from the virus. And let's also let you know that at this point in time, Lagos State here in Nigeria is aiming to vaccinate 30% of its population by the end of the year. And I'm quite sure there is an ongoing tweet that you might want to share with me so we can indeed say exactly what exactly is going on. But indeed, there was a tweet earlier on, and so much happening. It was on so much happening as regards the pandemic, and indeed, Alex Mecheras, he tweeted. He's an analyst, aviation analyst in the UK, and he tweeted saying that countries from Africa and some other parts of the world, global donate vaccine all across the world. Nobody's safe until everyone is at least safe. The UK is saying that if you were vaccinated on the continent of Africa, South America, or countries including India, Oman, Jordan, Thailand, etc., that you will not be considered vaccinated. So it's indeed bringing up so much controversy at this point in time. Lots of countries have written to Downing Street to explain what exactly they mean by the fact that if they are vaccinated in their own country, coming down to the UK, they will also be treated as though they are not vaccinated. Questions are being asked here right now, because even the UK donated vaccines to African countries, notably Kenya. Are they saying that the vaccines they were given to other countries were inferior to theirs? Who knows? So that's indeed one question that so much is what we're looking at right now. Some are also saying that is it about a question of discrimination here? No one knows, but indeed the questions are being asked here right now. Why would the UK go ahead to say people coming in from Africa, from South America, Oman, Jordan, when they come into the UK, they will have to undergo the mandatory quarantine, even though they have received both doses of the vaccine? So indeed, that is where we are right now. But hopefully in the coming days, there will be explanations on what exactly is going on in the UK as far as the vaccines and is concerned.
Well, thank you so much, Israel Eferobo, for the latest on that story, bringing us up to speed on that matter. Thanks once again, Israel Eferobo. Well, you're still watching Breakfast Central on News Central, still to come on the program.